Have you ever wondered how the assassination of a single archduke could ignite a global conflict that would forever change the course of history? Welcome to the intricate web of alliances, rivalries and tensions that led to the eruption of the First World War. Our story begins on the 28th of June 1914 in Sarajevo, Bosnia. The Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria is assassinated by a young Serbian nationalist. This event sparks a diplomatic crisis between Austria-Hungary and Serbia, which pulls in their respective allies due to a complex system of alliances. By August, Europe splits into two major factions: the Central Powers, which include Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria, and the Allies led by France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. On the 1st of August, Germany declares war on Russia, and within a week, the Great War, as it was then known, engulfs the continent. The war is infamous for its grueling trench warfare, particularly on the Western Front. Soldiers spend months living in cramped, muddy conditions, facing constant threat from artillery shells, machine gun fire, and poison gas. Despite the horrific conditions and immense loss of life, the front lines barely move for years, creating a stalemate. In April of 1917, the United States enters the war on the side of the Allies after German submarines attack American ships. With fresh troops and resources, the Allies launch a series of successful offensives against the Central Powers. By the fall of 1918, the Central Powers are crumbling. Bulgaria is the first to surrender in September, followed by the Ottoman Empire in October and Austria-Hungary in November. On the 11th of November, Germany signs an armistice, effectively ending the war. In the aftermath, the Treaty of Versailles is signed in June of 1919. The treaty places full blame for the war on Germany and Austria-Hungary, imposing heavy reparations and territorial losses on them. These harsh penalties sow the seeds of resentment that would eventually lead to the Second World War. But the First World War is more than just a sequence of events. It's a cataclysm that fundamentally reshapes the world. It marks the end of empires, the birth of new nations, and the rise of ideologies that would shape the 20th century. It introduces new technologies and tactics that revolutionize warfare. It brings unprecedented destruction and loss of life, with over 17 million people killed and more than 20 million wounded. So let's summarize. The First World War begins with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in June of 1914. A complex web of alliances pulls Europe into a full-scale war by August. The war sees years of brutal trench warfare with little progress on either side. The United States enters the war in 1917, helping the Allies turn the tide against the Central Powers. The war ends with an armistice in November of 1918, and the Treaty of Versailles is signed the following year. The war's aftermath reshapes the world, setting the stage for the conflicts and changes of the 20th century. Thus, the Great War, as it was then known, serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of global conflict, the fragility of peace, and the enduring human capacity for resilience and innovation in the face of adversity.